Thank you very much. I've been did a Twitter poll to say what I should speak about, and what came top was people wanted me to debunk the myth that first past the post causes results in strong government. So really close to the speaker, the microphone. Okay, you. I hope I don't slobber. Right. So first past the post produces strong government, doesn't it? You know, it sort of flatters the spine, it pushes the chest out. We all feel rather good, like the that man in Personal Services described by Julie Walters as BCSD. You know, big car but small dick. So what does it produce? Well, actually, it doesn't produce strong government. It produces zigzag government. Zigzag government is like when you're in a canoe and there's two of you and you're paddling away and then you bump into one bank, don't you? And then you correct and then you bump into the other bank and then the other bank. So if you look at what's happened to the health service over the last 30 years, we've had this solution, then this solution, then this solution. Guess what? 30 years later, the health service is still not reformed. Look at public expenditure. It goes up too much. It goes down too much. There's a great waste in the middle whilst all that's going on. Schools have been under perpetual reform. Academies, grammar schools, local education authorities, academy chains, whatever else. Guess what? In no other European country do politicians agree so little on policy for schools. In 2015 in Finland, all of the political parties went into that election with an agreed policy for schools. In Germany, they've had the same school system since 1949. Good grief. We look through Germany and we say, well, is that a strong country? We look at Switzerland and we say, is that a strong country? Is Angela Merkel strong and stable? Well, she's a damn sight stronger and stabler than what we've got over here, that's for sure. She's been in a coalition for her entire career as head of the German government. In Switzerland, coalitions are built into the constitution. Switzerland is a strong and stable country. But then I say to myself, do I want strong government? Do I want to give someone a carte blanche to do whatever it is they want? Or do I want right government? Do I want cautious government, particularly when people are thinking about going to war? Do I want thoughtful in government? Do I want inquiring government? So strong government, I think, is a false proposition anyway. So if you look at first past the post, it's inherently unstable. Now, you only need to go a little bit beyond that and say to yourself, Murdoch, Dacre and the rest of them support strong government. They support first past the post. Now, why is that? For a moment, could you imagine that I'm, the end. Can you imagine for a moment that I'm Rupert Murdoch? Just quickly? Yeah? Okay, so I'm Rupert Murdoch, you're the leader of one of the main parties. Okay, I've got an agenda. For example, my agenda is I want to get 100% of Sky, for example. Your agenda is fairly obvious, you want to get elected. I've got two opposing party leaders. I go to one, it's all unstated, the deal, of course, but in essence, that's the deal on the table. This person, you as the leader of one of the parties, will not be inclined to dismiss that deal, because if you do dismiss that deal, I'll simply go to the other person. First past the post is just so easy to manipulate. If I'm in a proportional representation country, how do I manipulate the politicians there? I can't. So first past the post, in addition, produces media manipulation. Given that the man's still holding up the sign, I better stop. Does it produce strong and stable government? No, it produces weak and wobbly government. It produces zigzag government. It produces media manipulation. It raises competition, and there are only two competitors in this marketplace. It's rubbish.